here to talk about the ongoing disaster situation of my country and also about the realities of the so-called war on terror by US and NATO. In the beginning, let me say condolences on behalf of my people through you to those suffer Canadian mom and father who lost their sons and their daughters under the name of so-called war on terror in my country. But my message to you, to them, is that please change your sorrows, your tears to strength, and raise your voice against the wrong policy of your government, because these troops themselves are the victim of the wrong policy of your government. Democracy never comes by war. The US and its allies occupied Afghanistan under the name of war on terror, but today they themselves are terrorizing Afghan people and have deep hidden deals with the terrorist groups. They installed a puppet government which is full of the worst enemies of my people and are involved in war crimes, looting, and drug dealings. It's an open secret today that all terrorist groups from Al-Qaeda to Taliban and warlords of the North Alliance have been products of the US government, but the fundamentalist fostering policy of the US and allies is still continued, and today they are the criminal fundamentalists who have upper hand in the Afghan government, and their tyranny against my people, and especially women, continue. The US and its allies pour millions of dollars into the pocket of the warlords, drug lords, and even Taliban. The US and NATO propaganda about liberation, democracy, women's rights, etc. are just fake lies repeated by their mouthpieces that are the mainstream media. In the so-called liberated Afghanistan, the situation of my people is tragic more than ever. Women's rights situation is catastrophic and only comparable to the era of the Taliban. In Human Development Index, Afghanistan is ranked 181st out of 182 countries. According to the UNICEF, Afghanistan is the worst place to be born, with 257 deaths per 1,000 live births. In the Corruption Index, Afghanistan is the second most corrupt country in the world. Afghanistan is top producer of opium in the world, and since 2001, the production of opium increased over 4,400%. These are just few examples to show that the kind of freedom and democracy they have imposed on Afghanistan. While the US and allies, for their own benefit, changed Afghanistan into the opium capital of the world, no one can expect democracy and justice in the land which is in the hold of the drug mafia. We Afghans can't expect freedom to be donated to us by the US, which itself is the biggest terrorist country in the world and have imposed war, destruction, and mass killings in countless countries since the Second World War. Afghanistan and Iraq are just two of the most current examples. A glance to the history of the US government involvements in different poor countries in the past shows that this country has only overthrown democracies and supported dictators and oppressors. Right now, the US is strongly supporting the oppressive regimes. I think the policies of Obama administration in Afghanistan are no different from the Bush, and even more dangerous and devastating to my people, because sending more troops to Afghanistan will translate into killing of more innocent people. If he had any difference with Bush, at least he should have removed the War Minister Robert Gates from his post. At least he must still apologize to my people for the war crime his government committed in the past. And we must try to bring this criminal Bush to the International Criminal Court for the war crime. The US allies are after their own strategic, economic, and geopolitical interests in Afghanistan and want to change Afghanistan into their military base in Asia, for which they are playing with the destiny of my people and put them into more danger. But they hide their sinister plans under the nice banners of democracy, human rights, etc., to deceive the world. During the 8 years under occupation forces in Afghanistan, Afghan people have been badly betrayed. They are being killed by the both Taliban and warlords in the ground and by the occupation forces from the sky. Tens of thousands of innocent civilians have been killed during these years. Many of the weapons and bombs used against my people are made in Canada. For instance, in May, U.S. dropped 200-pound large Canadian-made bombs in my hometown in Afghanistan, which killed over 150 civilians, mainly women and children. It's not the first torture. Recently, Richard Corwin, one of your top diplomats, said that Afghan people are being tortured. He's right. Now, it's an open secret about the torture of Afghans. Another example of a lie of Mr. Harper, who says we don't know about the torture, it means he has been sleeping. But the real torture goes on day by day because of the occupation, which itself is a big torture. The Western government not only betrayed Afghan people, but their own people too. Their Western taxpayer monies and their soldiers' blood for war, which only safeguards the interests of the big corporations, and not only it did not defeat terrorists, but made them more powerful. And today, the world is more dangerous than it was in 2001. I will never stop to say again and again that no nation can liberate another nation. History has no such example. My people, throughout of their history, have fought for their independence and now are in the verge of rising up against the US and NATO. We call on withdrawal of all troops from Afghanistan because they are making the situation more complicated day by day. It is the duty of our own people to fight for their liberation, even if it will require a hard, long, and decisive struggle. Let our people to decide about their own future. I would like to extend my salutations and deep thankful regards to anti-war movement around the world. I am so impressed by the sympathies and solidarity of peace-loving people of the Western countries who cared to Afghan people and raised their voice against the devastating and wrong policies of their governments in Afghanistan. I see a huge difference between the warmonger governments of the US, Canada, and the UK and other countries involved in Afghanistan, and the support and sympathies of justice-loving people of these countries. I think you also agree with us. Democracy never comes by war, by battle of gun, by cluster bomb, and by cross-border.